Hello, everybody. Welcome back. I haven't made a video in a little bit, and I have a bit of free time now, so I figured might as well. Um, and today the background footage is actually entirely related to what I'm talking about because I'm just talking about this game. If you're not aware, the game I'm playing is Rain World, right? And I have actually back when I was on Twitch, I used to stream this game, and I did one YouTube stream of it as well. But the thing is, that was like 2 years ago, and I ended up rage quitting. Now, I had various reasons for this, and that's actually part of what I'm going to be talking about today, is the reasons that I and other people tend to rage quit this game. And it's for one very simple reason. This game is really hard. Now, you may be thinking, oh, it kind of looks like a platformer, a pretty nice looking platform on top of that. I'm just going to say this right now. Visuals in this game are beautiful. Like, the pixel art, it's so cool. And the way they do the animation with all the, you know, it not being actually animated, it just being like physics simulations pretty much. It's awesome. I have very high amounts of respect for the creators of this game. But the thing is, it is not a game that a lot of people finish because it's trying to be, or I say trying to be, it is. Like its focus is being a realistic ecosystem. That is the entire point of it. You are low on the food chain. You got a bunch of predators hunting you down. That is the point, and I completely understand that. The thing is, in order to accomplish this goal, they made the game ridiculously hard. And like I said, it makes sense. It's fitting. But Jesus Christ, this game is ridiculously hard. Now, eventually, you get better at it, right? You get used to it. It's kind of like a Souls-like in that way, where it starts off being absolutely ridiculous, and then over time, you adapt. You learn how to counter things and stuff like that. But that does not stop the initial experience from being genuinely insane. And I mean, even after you get good at it, you know, you might still have situations where it's just absolutely ridiculous amount of difficulty. And that's partially because a lot of stuff in the game is fairly random. You can't control a lot of what happens. Because the predators move around randomly, even the non-predator creatures move around randomly. A lot of randomness, a lot of like varying things from yeah, moment to moment. And on one hand, that helps again with the whole like realistic ecosystem thing. But on the other hand, it means that the game can kind of feel like BS sometimes. But I think that's to its strength. I think they are aware of that, and I mean that's why stuff like the remix options exist, which, you know, I always appreciate like accessibility options in games. I think that is one of the best things the game can do, and I think this game does it very well. The settings they give are very helpful for adjusting the difficulty to your preference. Now the game's still hard. Even if you enabled like every single accessibility setting, every single remix option, game's still hard. That doesn't change the base of it. But I think that they did a pretty good job. Like they did as much as they could, pretty much. What I'm trying to say. And that's only the real point of this game. Real point of this video. Sorry, not the game. The real point of this video is just talking about the difficulty. But also, I just want to talk about the fact that I really like this game. I think this game is really good. It is definitely not for everyone. Like I can completely understand and acknowledge that. But I think if you are willing to put in the time to like get good at this game and learn how to deal with all the nonsense that throws at you, it's a really good game. Like I would call it underrated. I know there are a lot of people who do enjoy it, so you might not call it underrated, but I think it still applies because you know it does not have as much attention as some other indie games do. Like there's so many games that get a lot of attention that honestly, like some of I just tapped out. Whoops. Some of them deserve it, and then others I'm kind of like, I mean it's all right, but does it really deserve the millions of people playing it? But this one, I completely understand why. I mean, why there are millions to play, but also why there's not as many millions as some other games might get. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. I'm not the best at making points like this. I'm kind of just talking. I mean, it's all these videos are. Just me talking about whatever. Actually, I'm taking like a public speaking course right now to hopefully get better at filming these specifically because I want to be a bit more like comprehensible in these because I realized even though these videos are meant to be rambling, I'm a little too rambly. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. But anyways, another thing I want to say about this game is the DLC for it, or the DLCs, I guess I should say. I haven't played Watcher yet, but Downpour does a really good job at being like an extension of the main game. Because not only are there new playable characters that completely change up the playstyle of the game, which that obviously is going to change it, and for the better. I would say of the two campaigns that I've finished so far, because I haven't actually beaten the game at the time of making this video, I have done Survivor, Artificer, and Gourmand. But I think they do a really good job of like reinventing the wheel. Like changing the gameplay loop significantly. Though honestly, I think I prefer Gourmand to Artificer because Artificer was combat focused, and that's just not my favorite part of the game. I will say, you know, I mentioned the game being difficult, and I acknowledge that that is kind of the point. But I think that the combat is not its strong suit. I that's just my opinion. You might really like the combat in this game if you're a fan of it. For me, not so much. Not so much. It's very simple, and it's definitely not favored towards you. And I don't know. It's just not my style. That's all I'm trying to say. But yeah, I don't really have anything crazy to say with this video. I just think more people should check out Rain World because it's a good game, and also, uh, I completely understand why like critics and stuff like that did not like it. I mean, I think they like it more after Downpour came out because of the accessibility things I mentioned, the remix. But there's still a lot of critics that probably aren't a fan of like the gameplay loop. And to be fair, there's some parts of it that I'm honestly not the biggest fan of. Like I think that something could still be improved, but I really don't think they will be, considering that the Watcher DLC just came out and they didn't change any of it from what I know. But yeah, no, Rain World's good. You should play Rain World if you haven't already. I thought I'm kidding. If you're watching, it's probably Rain World. Speak. I can't speak. Jesus. I was trying to say, if you're watching this, you have probably played Raid World already. But just in case you haven't, go play it. It's a good game. I thought about streaming it again, even though I had already like beaten the main Survivor campaign. But I was like, there's not really a point because if I've already played through the game, then why the heck would I start streaming midway through it? That just doesn't make sense to me. I mean, hey, if you guys want to see Raid World gameplay, even though I'm already like partially into it, I can stream like Rivulet or a Saint. I haven't done those yet. I can stream the Watcher. I'm gonna stream the Watcher. I don't know. We'll see. That'll be like in a month because I'm trying to take my time with this and not rush myself through it. But anyways, yeah, just a mini little video to keep you guys fed. I haven't been in the mood to stream really. Yeah, I've been busy. I've been playing Rain Roll. I've been doing like work and stuff like that. Trying to get certain things figured out. IRL. I'm failing to speak. You can tell that I haven't done these in a while. Yeah, no. Hopefully, I'll get at least a couple more of these videos out. I have a few more topics that I have planned. I don't know when those will come out. They might be soon, might be like in a week or so. I don't know. You'll have to wait and see. That's the thing. I cannot hold myself to a consistent upload schedule because I never know when I'm gonna have like the energy or the vibes to be willing to do like any kind of recording. But hey, hopefully, if you are really interested, you are willing to wait. And if you are, I appreciate you. Shout out to the over 100 people that have for some reason subscribed to me. I think that is very cool of you, and I appreciate you very much. I want you all to know that you are loved, and yeah, just have a good one. I'm gonna continue playing Rain World.